Sometimes he can,
But I understand why he.
depending on how your conversation.
We're before the court this afternoon in the matter of the state of Ohio versus Joshua Jeffrey. It's case number 26CR351. The defendant is present in the courtroom. His attorney, Mr. Chad Malke. We're before the court for purposes of sentencing. The defendant having been found guilty and pleaded guilty to 2 counts, F4 ag trafficking in drugs. Parties are ready to go forward, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Mulkey.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed to sentencing. Thank you, Judge. My client's 40 years old. He does have a drug problem. for which he is seeking treatment. After our last time here in court where we continued this matter for today's sentencing, I had sent him correspondence indicating some directives to follow. He did contact Aaron Mayer from our office. I indicated for him to seek out some sort of a intensive outpatient program such as Lake Geauga, and to get assessed for NeoCap. My understanding, he has been assessed for NeoCap. Furthermore, Your Honor, he doesn't have a driver's license, so he has taken upon himself to enter a program. I know it's a virtual program. I know the court frowns upon such programs. This one is called Charlie Health. He did represent to me that as of 3 weeks ago, 2.5, 3 weeks ago, he started there doing 3 sessions per week. Each session is a 3-hour session where he learns coping mechanism. He has tasks that he has to complete. He's indicated he's asked for releases from the program for both myself and for probation. Now, I haven't received any information from this place, but he has indicated that he's trying to comply.
Yeah, you know, but this is the third time we've been here, and twice I've said I'm not gonna have him in a virtual treatment program because it's virtually worthless.
Very good.
So I don't know. You can discuss it if you want, but I ain't going there.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop discussing it then. That was just more of an explanation as to what he's been doing, not that he should continue doing that. I've made him full aware of the court's desire to see him not screw up on community control, and that his interests there are best served by an inpatient treatment facility. So I have made him aware of that and aware of the NeoCap program. He's indicated a willingness to do that. Again, it seems in part that it seems that his largest issue has been transportation, Judge. My understanding is that his job where he works for tree removal services, that coworkers pick him up and drop him off. So that is how he gets to work, Judge. So I would defer to the court then. He is willing to do the NeoCap program. He has been doing things in the meantime, though, on his own to try to redress his issues of substance use. I have nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jeffrey, what do you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
I would just like to say that the virtual treatment is not a joke. Like, I'm taking it very serious, and I've actually learned a lot in 2 weeks, honestly. And I've been through treatments before, but this one seems to hit differently because there's 10 facilitators. They're all from different walks of life. Like, I am on group with, up to 10 other people just like me from Arizona, North Dakota yesterday, and they're from all walks of life. So it's just good having that kind of camaraderie because I pretty much shut all my friends out. And I don't have a life anymore but work. I have a girlfriend and she's sober with me, so that's pretty much my support. But this program is really beneficial, honestly. So if you didn't hear about it or didn't know about it, I mean, look up the reviews. Like, it has very good reviews, and honestly, it's done a lot for me in a couple weeks. So I can't say anything bad about it, honest to God.
Well, that may be your perspective. I would, your suggestion that I look up reviews.
Well, no, he told me to run it by Aaron Mayer, and I called her, and she looked it up herself, and she was the one who told me also she looked up the reviews, and it has it's no bad reviews. Like, it's a very, very good program, and it's just because I don't have.
Yeah, it's like looking up reviews on Amazon stuff. Listen, you've been playing around with drugs since you're 9 years old, right? Right?
Correct.
And you're 40?
Yep.
Okay. So why have you been doing this for 3 decades?
Well,
and why haven't you stopped doing it?
I'm getting to the root of that right now because this program is dual diagnosed. It's mental health and it's substance abuse. So there's different, the facilitators are certified in different areas of that. So one day we're talking about the tolerance of ambivalence, and trying to really realize like our down problem, like that's deep down that we need to deal with. So really, it's digging deep and not just trying to go to an AA meeting and listen to somebody's story. This is actually interaction, and we're doing like, participating, like we have to do a topic and then, name an example and then a coping mechanism. And, it's a process to where we're finding the problem and then we're finding a solution and then we're finding a backup. So it's put in play like that, so if you have like, it's a process, but, I'm doing the best I can right now.
How long does it last?
It's a 13-week program. I'm in my 3rd week on Tuesday, and it's 3 groups a week, 3 hours each group, and then on once a week I have a 2-hour individual session. And my attendance is on there, all the notes they take for my participation, because we even get points for participating. And you can go on Amazon and get like, like it teaches you, you're getting a positive reinforcement, in a way. So it's not just somebody talking. It's you're actually doing the steps. And I think it's been more beneficial than other programs by far for me, honestly. Like, I can get transportation and I could go
I'll
to.
bet you if you went to another program and participated in it, it would be valuable for you.
Understood. And any program, now, yes. But I mean, I could get to like Lake Geauga. I could go to there, but I wouldn't probably have a job.
Well, how long you been working for this current employer?
About 3 weeks or so, or more.
Right, sounds like you're more focused on maintaining employment
No, that was just
than
part of it.
maintaining a life without drugs.
No,
'Cause
that's
if you
not
don't,
true.
If you don't, you're the one that brought up the job. You wouldn't have a job. If you don't get your shit together and stop with the drugs, you ain't gonna have a life because you'll be dead.
I know, understood.
Okay, so you ought to worry about what is gonna make you better and keep you off drugs than worry about whether you're gonna go cut down trees next week, because I bet if you went to a real long-term treatment thing and got something out of it, put something into it to get something out of it, that when you come out, there would be jobs available cutting trees.
Yeah, understood.
So unless you take care of yourself, you ain't gonna be alive to have to worry about a job. Now, why were you selling drugs?
I'm not a drug dealer, man.
Well, you were dealing drugs.
This was a girl that I've known since I was 15. She asked me to get her something. It was a $20 bag. I don't even do that stuff really. Like, I've done it, but it's not, it's not what I do, man. And honestly, it was such a mistake. Like, I should have never done that.
Right.
Like, I'm definitely like,
But you've been using all along, right?
yeah, that's pretty much what it was for. It was just
Okay.
to,
But that
like-
still, that's really, clearly you're not part of a cartel distribution system, okay? But that's not, I mean, the point is
right.
that unless you stop using this shit, you're gonna be dead.
I have lost so many friends. Like, I'm
Right.
over it. I'm done.
So,
And
that's
this is such a blessing in disguise, because, like, honest to God, this treatment, I know that you are saying that it's not good, or, I think it's very good. Like, honest to God. And if you want me to do at Lake Geauga, I'll go sign up to Lake Geauga. But I don't believe that maybe it's not the place for me to go, like, physically. It's what information that I'm receiving. So I can be on a phone with somebody and still you know, get great information and still work a great program and then do my probation and, you know, and I could manage that. But, you know, if you're required to do, you know, for me to go somewhere physically, then that's what I would do, you know. I'm willing to do what it takes, like, you know, to just stay sober another day. That's all we're supposed to do, is just one more day.
All right, Mr. DePiero?
Right. Seems to me that when you're 40 years old, you don't understand that you're losing it. That you're losing your youth. You're not, before you know it, you realize you're not as strong as you used to be. Just naturally, you have to work at it. It's not so easy to get up in the morning. It hurts, especially if you're climbing and cutting down big trees all day, every day. And so it seems to me, at 40 years old, it's better to invest yourself entirely for a longer period of time in your sobriety and in your mental health, because you're not going to be getting any younger or stronger naturally. You have to work at it every day. It makes it infinitely harder if you have to work at that while you're working against the drug addiction. So I think that it makes sense for this man's life to really throw the most intense drug treatment that you can. Sounds like he's ready for it. He comes to the court respectfully. He's wearing a tie. I'm glad to see that. I think he's got a good foundation to change his life. But he's got to listen to people who know better than he does, which means this court. And I think that he's got to pay attention entirely. So I think the residential is the way to go here. Then he won't be in a position to sell drugs again. That's what my interest in this thing is. I don't want him to sell drugs. I don't want him to use drugs. I want him to have a good life. And I'll bet you any employer, tree cutter or not, is going to look more favorably on somebody who did a months-long inpatient residential program than an online program. It's more of a perk, I think, to an employer. So I would recommend that, and just ask for forfeiture of the drugs here. Wish the man well.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report. And the drug and alcohol evaluation. Considered what Mr. Jeffrey has said, what counsel has said. Considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. I'm going to place you on community control for 4 years. You're going to serve 70 days in jail with credit for 19. Last 30 days will be the jail treatment program. You're to complete that and follow the recommendations. When you complete that, you're going to go to NeoCap, complete that program, follow those recommendations. You'd have no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. You're going to maintain, at the appropriate time, full employment. And you're going to pay the costs and supervision fees. Ms. Henley, any other terms?
Your Honor, would you like Mr. Jeffrey to do a mental health assessment, since he was benefiting from dual diagnosis treatment?
Yeah. So you'll undergo a mental health assessment, follow those recommendations. You understand the terms?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you violate, the state will file a motion to terminate your community control. If I find you violated, there's a potential of 36 months in prison. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the items subject to forfeiture are forfeited, the remaining counts dismissed. Now, if you finish this and you really think that that program, that your virtual program is valuable, then I suppose you'll continue that program if you think that benefits you. But that's up to you. So hopefully you'll find what you need in order to stay off the drugs and live a productive life. Anything else, Mr. DePiero?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mulkey?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right.